It's your thing. You gotta go, hey guys.
Yeah, you have to have that in there, or else it's not.
You gotta do
a
it.
podcast.
Hey now! We're back, you motherfuckers. What episode is it again?
The episode after Bearski showed up.
28, I think.
Thank you.
Yes,
wow,
28.
there you go.
I'm a true fan.
Damn,
Come on,
yeah.
that's why I gotta be back up here. You already know.
Okay, so it's episode 28. I am Dan, here with Mike, a.k.a. Bearski, non-capital B. Cassie with the facts.
Error.
She's back.
You know.
And this what's happening.
What is happening?
We're talking about Infinity War today.
Yes.
Oh, so this is what I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what I hope the next reference is, because in Black Panther, they make a reference to the what are those?
What are those?
When he walks in with the royal sneakers. And they're like
just an open-toe sandal.
They're complete open-toe sandals. They look like Birkenstocks, which is hysterical. But
Jesus sandals.
literally, that shit Jesus was wearing.
Definitely.
So, yeah, Egyptian cloth, like, you know. But so, I hope the next reference they use is in Spider-Man, and I hope it's when like they do a flashback of like when Thor was fighting with Spider-Man in Infinity War. And it's like a flashback, and he's like, "You remember that time I taught Thor the yeet?" And he used it completely wrong, and also you just see Thor throw the hammer, and every time he goes to throw the hammer, he goes, "Yeet!" Oh, it would
That'd be hilarious.
Fucking great. Oh, I imagine that so often, and I'm just like, please let that exist.
Did they have the yeet reference at all?
No, but that's what I mean. If
They
they're
should.
gonna,
It should be in there.
if they're gonna use the what are those?
True.
That was
Twice.
so funny. Yeah,
They've
twice.
used it twice
When was the other time?
in Infinity War. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
I think so.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
but it was a different character.
Yeah, it had
I can't
nothing to do with
remember.
Black Panther
I
whatsoever.
can't remember, but the first one was in Black Panther. He walks in with these Birkenstocks. And his sister goes, "First thing I gotta ask you, though," she goes, "What are those?" And he just goes, "What?
I
You
had
do
to-
not like the ceremonial footwear." And she goes, "Yeah, you'd think you'd make the elders happy. No, I don't want your toes to be seen in my lab." It's like, come on.
His
That's
toes are pretty
pure
ugly, by the way.
They're actually not, though.
They don't look very good, but
They're not.
we
Come
saw
on.
them for 2 seconds. So
Man, Chadwick Boseman is perfect.
he's beautiful.
He's the most perfect human I've ever
Definitely.
seen in my life. No, seriously.
Oh, he's up there for sure.
Definitely.
Definitely in top 5 for me.
Definitely top
Definitely
5.
top 5.
You seen the way that man can move, though?
It's more than that for me.
It's the super suit.
I don't know about
It's the
that,
super
man.
Suit he said.
He can dance and move without a super suit.
True.
Like, he's got years of capoeira
He
experience.
can talk African to me all day,
He
every
can
day.
speak. He can speak Xhosa. I can't do the click. The Xhosa,
Oh.
which is what they speak in South Africa.
I know what you were trying to do.
Did you know? Speaking of Xhosa, did you know that Trevor Noah,
I was about to bring him up, yeah.
who's from South Africa, had an actual voice appearance in Black Panther?
Really?
When what's his name, the colonizer is driving the fucking.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
his voice.
Are you serious?
That's his voice.
That's fucking awesome. I
Word.
feel like someone's gonna interrupt us again.
If it is,
No,
it's
that's
Chris.
just-
Oh, it's just great.
We'll see, because Chris is
no,
actually
I think
supposed
that's
to come.
the folks upstairs.
Oh my God, Kevin Smith's on the Joe Rogan podcast. I can't wait to go home and watch it.
We
Okay.
shut off
Whoa.
the podcast.
Yeah,
Way
right?
off.
Okay, guys, that's the end of the
Fuck
podcast.
this
Just
shit.
kidding.
Way off topic.
That's just kidding.
That's your main man.
That's my fucking dude guy.
Fuck the
That's the guy who I
Black
got to
Panther.
meet. That's the guy who I got to meet after I went to his show and I smoked a fucking joint with him.
That's
Oh, really?
fucking awesome.
That was yes. You don't
pretty
remember I
rad.
told you that?
That's
I don't
awesome.
remember.
I got to because you know how they give the mic to like each person or like who's got a question, and I was
Yeah.
like, how do I make a Batman movie with you? Because that's all I want in this fucking world. And he just kind of went, what experience do you have? And that was his answer. And I was just like, none. Teach me everything. And I was just like, I got a book full of notes. I fuck around on YouTube with podcasts. I just want a fucking shot. That landed me about 6 business cards and about 3 websites from random people in the audience who
That's
work for
awesome.
big companies.
That's awesome.
They were like, we want your idea. Because I spun it past them. I was like, yeah, Batman and Son. It's about Damian Wayne, the
Wow.
newest Robin, who's his like real son. and like the whole sins of the father storyline, and like, you know, Damian dies from his like fucking future him, and it's like
That's awesome.
totally nuts, and Batman goes to fucking Apocalypse to save him from Darkseid, and I was like, it's got every character I've ever known and loved jam-packed into one fucking 8-story comic book line, and he was just like, wow, you know your shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Did
I know.
you should like make a comic book out of it.
Well, it already is a comic book. See, my thing is that I would like to do what they're doing in the movies now, where they
Yeah.
try and take the storyline, but they can't take a fucking story and keep it intact.
No, they
Right,
cannot.
yeah.
So what my thing is I want to make... Oh, I'm getting excited over this like you wouldn't believe. I'm actually itchy. I want to make a story
Visibly flustered.
either where they can tell the origin story of a now modern, in our time, in our world, Batman, but have it not be Batman until the very last minute, or tell a mock-up story of a, in our day, in our time, guy who didn't mean to be a dad, ends up a really good dad, but has this other life.
And he's Batman, or no? He's just a dude.
See, now that's the first problem I fell into, because Kevin Smith was like, ding, first problem.
Yeah.
DC.
Yeah, so
You-
fuck it. Make your own character.
He was like, you're going to need some
Yeah. Definitely.
funding for that, he said. And I was just like, okay, keep talking. So, like, it can't not be Batman. It has to be Batman. The world has to hear that story. Because if you
Definitely.
could read the whole story of how he meets Damian to how Damian is created, because, by the way, that's the most fucked up story ever. Batman fights Ra's al Ghul, Talia's father, for her love and for the mantle of Ra's al Ghul. Loses and basically gets poisoned to death. Talia saves him, but in saving him, she paralyzes him while he's still alive, gets his nut, and then actually has a baby. Actually has a baby with him, who, by the way, is born out of a fucking whale, because that's how they do shit in the League of Assassins.
Wow.
I'm not fucking with you.
That's
Like,
an
there's
interesting story.
there is such a twisted backstory behind this. Like, and he was the one that worked. Because, by the way, there's like 2,000 other variations of him that didn't fucking work.
Wow.
And that's her army, by the way. So, like, the hits just keep coming. But anyway, this story is fucking tits. The story is tits. It's got everything that anybody imaginable in our day and age right now could fucking read into and be like, that's how I feel.
Right.
I feel like that could be my life.
Right.
It's
Do
relatable.
you have any animator friends? Or do you do any animating?
I have no friends. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know anybody that's really that good at animation. If I had Bruce Timm and Paul Dini in my pocket, dude, they'd be on the job already. By the way, those are the guys that made the Batman the animated series from our childhood that we know
gotcha.
and love. So,
It's like,
Damn.
oh, those guys.
I know that's what's up there. That's what's in my head.
Yeah.
I
So-
see that.
If I could get that, I'd be so happy. But so fast forward to the Kevin Smith thing, because I'm going to get way off track, and we're probably like, 10 minutes into this pitch already. So, I'm like, yeah, Batman. Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, that felt good. And he's just like, yeah, well, you know what? At this point, you sound like you know exactly what you're talking about, and I want to see your movie more than you do. And I went,
What?
purpose. Like, and by the way, I didn't say porpoise as in like, I meant like purpose. Like,
Word.
Like it's
reason for
Hell
being.
yeah. When was this?
This was last year.
reason for living.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I would write it up like in a comic book format, and then just get someone mildly skilled to draw it up. So that way you have a thing, make copies of it, and you could, like, if you met him again or anybody, or I don't know, just give it to him and be like, this is the kind of rough version.
Yeah.
And then someone would be like, oh, I'm a fucking highly skilled animator who loves that shit. And then they make it, and then there you go.
But I want it to be a real person movie.
Well, all these movies started as comic books, right?
A real
And you like comic books.
movie.
What's up?
And you like comic books too, right?
Love comic books.
Yeah, do it, man.
I want a real life movie. I want it to be where it's like, hello, father. I imagined you taller. And it's like, you think Batman's like 6'3". Nah, he's 5'5". And it's just like, oh, bitch. Like, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Still
oh,
kicks
there
ass.
goes my bubble of what we thought he was. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, I
yeah.
want it to be more realistically based.
Definitely.
You
That
know?
makes sense.
So it's like, smart mouth ass kid who thinks he knows everything, but his dad's from the fucking hood, and he's like, shut the fuck up. Like, snitch. Like, you know what I
That'd be
mean?
awesome.
Like, you reporting to your mom? Nah. It's like, come on, bro. Tell me that's not a good story.
That is
Your mom's an evil fuck. Like, why the fuck are you here? Like, shit like that, but not exactly like that.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
But so anyway, I walk out, and we're about to leave, and I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. And at the time, I still smoked. So I'm standing out there, and I'm kind of just like, man, did I just really get to talk to Kevin Smith? All of a sudden, I hear, hey, man, do you have, like, a lighter? I turn around, and there's this fucking trench coat. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, I have all of the lighters. And he
Yeah.
goes, I like that answer. And he goes, you're the kid with the Batman and Son movie idea, right? And he goes, let me tell you something. He's like, you got a lot of balls. He goes, yeah, I don't know if you realize this. He goes, but there's a lot of sharks in that room that were actually, you know, trying to fucking get to you as everybody was leaving. He's like, because you spit that out. And he's like, nobody says shit like that. Nobody
Right.
says, I want to make a comic book adaptation movie, and nobody knows the exact story arc. Nobody could tell you that it was Andy Kubert that did the fucking art and the illustrations. He goes, nobody could fucking tell you that. He's like, the minute you opened your mouth and said that you wanted to work with me,
Mm-hmm.
you're a very dangerous person. And he goes, do you want some of this? And he hands me what he has rolled up, and I'm like, yes.
Yes, Daddy.
That's awesome.
We talked about Batman for about a good 10 minutes on a fucking joint.
That's awesome.
That was the
so
coolest
cool.
moment of my whole life. You know how that whole conversation ended? He puts it out like 3/4 of the way, and he goes, because he's got it held in, and so do I, and he goes, by the way, that was Skywalker OG, and he puts it in his fucking pocket, and he goes, may the force be with you. And he walks, and he walks away into a fucking car that turns around and takes off up the boulevard in the Atlantic Highlands. I was just like, this is the greatest day of my life. And I left. That was the coolest night
That's
of
so
my
awesome.
life.
I didn't know that story.
Learn something new every day.
And he
Yeah,
comes
man.
every year. So,
And
like,
where is this at?
in the
Atlantic
Atlantic
City?
Highlands,
Atlantic Highlands?
on Route 36. Take 117 to Keensburg, Keyport, Hazlitt, Middletown area.
Oh, okay.
You take it all the way down, really far.
Mm-hmm.
So you're damn near Seaside. But right before that is the Atlantic Highlands. It's like the size of Roselle Park.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like a comic book type of get together or something? I don't know.
It's a night. It's just an intimate night with Kevin Smith.
Oh, shit.
Everybody comes to the movie theater and they just listen to him talk.
That's awesome.
All right, we're 15 minutes in, so we got to get it into it now about
Yeah, please. Infinity War.
Infinity War now.
Yes.
Infinity War. Spoilers.
Well, they should have been watching this. If they haven't.
Well,
We're losing in life, and I'm winning. Just so you know.
In the words of the great Kevin Smith, if you have not seen Infinity War, you're un-American. So,
God damn.
For sure.
yeah. So,
I'll just leave.
Yeah.
no,
Except you. You're an exception.
no offense to Mike, because Mike's an adult and he has a job.
Man.
A real job. But so, not that I don't. I'm just
Yeah, it's like,
over-exaggerating.
what?
Yeah, I'm over-exaggerating. I have benefits and I have 40
He's got
hours a week.
benefits.
He's got benefits. It's because of the stock.
Jesus Christ.
But so, Infinity War.
Yes. What are your thoughts?
How they just gonna do Spider-Man like that?
I know, right? That was so sad. That was so sad. Poor Spider-Man. That
Dan's
almost-
on the floor, by the way.
Oh,
There's only audio, so.
I haven't been able to get that out
That's so sad.
since the beginning of the
So-
month.
So Spider-Man dies?
Oh, in the most horrifying of
It
ways.
was
He's the
horrible.
only one that can feel it happen the whole time because of his spider sense.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And he's a 16-year-old boy, and
I
you
felt
have to.
so bad for the kid.
And you
I
have
really
to think.
did.
You have to think about Tony Stark. You have to
Oh.
think about Tony Stark. he says in Spider-Man, if you die, that's on me.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, is Spider-Man always 16 in all of the time?
He grows up.
But
I
he
would hope
dies
so.
when he's 16?
In this movie, he
In
did.
this movie, he did.
Like a motherfucker.
Horrible.
Oh.
It almost made me tear.
Like, he cried, like, because he knew what was going to happen. He's like, I don't want to go. And he,
I
like,
don't wanna
fucking,
go.
he trips because he starts losing control of his legs. And he's, like, grabbing onto him. And his suit's, like, trying to save him, but it can't.
Yeah.
Man.
And it's, like, really, like, it rips your heart out and
Yeah.
holds it in front of your face like Kalima from Indiana Jones.
Oh my god.
Like, it's fucking horrible. It's the
It is
fucking
horrible.
harshest shit.
It's horrible. I'm just glad that there was more black people that were left at the end that didn't. I'm glad all the black people didn't die.
Oh my god, if they didn't keep Okoye,
I'm so happy.
if they didn't keep Okoye, I would have fucking lost. I would have rioted.
Yeah.
What's a koye?
Okay. So you
He
watched
didn't
The
watch
Walking
it,
Dead?
people. He doesn't
I
know.
did.
Okay. You know Michonne with the dreads?
Yeah.
She plays one of the...
His like guards. or
See, I got
whatever.
Krypton on the mind, so I want to say Sagittari. But she's not Sagittari. She's basically the head of...
Like the army.
She's the head of the most elite squadron of protectors for the King of Wakanda.
Oh, dope. Was
So-
she in Black Panther?
Yeah, she was.
Yes.
Mhm.
Fuck. Oh, she was bald.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Duh. I know that was her.
So-
I knew it was her, but I didn't think
I said
about
that to my dad. My dad was like, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Like, because he
She's
loves
awesome.
her. He
Yeah, she's
loves
awesome.
She's one
her.
of my favorites.
She's a bad bitch. I
Badass
love her.
and-
I love her to death.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And so, she's the only one left. Think about it. Dude snapped his fingers and wiped out half of existence.
Yeah.
Half of the kingdom of Wakanda.
Even Samuel Jackson didn't make it. That's crazy.
He got half of a motherfucker out, and that pissed me off. Because you know how Samuel L. Jackson's always like, motherfucker? Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
the end credit scene, spoilers, the end credit scene was him disappearing, and he goes, and he
And
just...
then that's it. Yeah.
No.
Gone.
And I was
Oh, so it
disappointed.
ends with the guy. Last time you told me about the guy wants to wipe out half of everything. So that's
Yeah,
how
that's
it ends
Thanos.
with him getting his way.
So,
yeah.
really quick, me and Brandon had a brilliant conversation afterwards because I was distraught. Like, I was broken. My beatboxing buddy,
Yeah.
our friend,
Mm-hmm.
I was broken. I was like, we need to talk now. It's like 12 noon. And on a Sunday, I'm like, we got to talk now.
Yeah, right now.
He goes, all right, let's have at it. And I just started fucking like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it was
And
crazy.
so he threw, after the whole conversation, he spun something past me that just went, oh. Oh. Because you know how they just did that Disney Fox deal?
Yes.
They got Deadpool, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and all that.
Yeah.
He goes, you know what would have made this movie better? Just the one thing. One thing. When Samuel L. Jackson says mother and then
Disappears.
drops a beeper.
Mm-hmm.
Real old looking beeper.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sending out a signal to somebody, and you don't find out who it is until it stops beeping, and then it lights up with the symbol of Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Which, first of all, made my dick explode. Because she's the one that's going to bring everybody back.
She has to be the most powerful, probably. Out
She
of all
is.
of them. Yeah, she
She
has
is.
to be. Yeah.
Out of all the
I can't wait for that movie.
out of all the Omega level heroes,
She's the
she
strongest.
is the strongest.
Yeah.
She is.
I can't wait till Thanos dies.
Check this out. So Brandon
Check it out.
spun this past me, and I was like, oh, face, neck, and chest. So he spun this past me and goes, you know what would have made it this much better? Is if after it went beeping
Mm-hmm.
and then it said 4.
Hmm.
I just got goosebumps saying that. Do you know what that 4 stands for?
No.
The Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Did you feel that?
I feel it
Because I
now.
just felt that go up my neck as I said it.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
after 10 years of not having them, the first family is back.
Oh yeah.
Right? And they get to play with everybody else in the sandbox. Boosh! Like, just completely. I was like, oh, why do you do this to me? I was like, why'd you do this? And it was like the best point out, I was like, you're so right.
Oh, that would have been
That
awesome.
would have made everything better.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but how the fuck would that save them?
I don't think it would make a difference.
Then he countered Silver Surfer.
Mm.
And that's when I was like, oh!
It exploded again.
Oh, even harder. I was just like,
Double nut.
why are you doing this to me? At this point, I had no nuts left. I gave all of the nuts.
His nuts exploded.
Oh my god. I was just like, come on.
Oh,
He goes, we could go right back to the beginning and just bring Norrin Rad back, because have that be the reason why Norrin Rad shows up to the fucking planet.
That would
The
be awesome.
fucking planet. Just like in the original one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So they can do a whole redux of what they did, and then just make that the new reason. So that they don't have to do the origin story.
Right,
we know
right.
the origin story. That's why they didn't do it with Peter Parker. We know the fucking origin story.
Right. We
They
don't
go to
need any more
space, they get hit
Spider-Man
by a
movies.
fucking beam of light, and bang, they're different. That's it. But so this movie.
Incredible. Let me just point out, Thor was fucking hilarious in this movie.
Oh.
Low key, he was fucking hilarious.
This is my friend, the tree.
Tree.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Steve Rogers. That part made me smile so hard I cried.
I love Groot so much, and then when he disappeared, I was so sad.
Do you
I love
know
Groot.
that they have a website now where will tell you everything that Groot is saying?
Yeah, I think. Oh, I think at the end, when he was disappearing, when he was looking at Rabbit.
His final words.
Dad.
His final words were "Dad"
Dad.
as he reaches for Groot,
Oh, it's
as he
so
reaches for Rocket, and he disappears.
AKA Rabbit.
AKA Rabbit.
I was so sad when I found that out. I was like, no.
Can we talk about how Peter Parker looked at Star-Lord when he called Thor not that great looking? He went like they were all just kind of like, huh? Like, that is a man. That is not a dude. Like,
No, that is a man for sure.
that is a man.
That is a beautiful man.
That is a beautiful, large, strong man. And he was just like, okay, Drax, we get it. Like, the movie
How
is
long have you been
so-
standing there? An hour.
An hour. I am
What?
invisible.
What? No, you're not.
If I move really, really slow, I am invisible.
It's from the
And this is
movie.
Dave Bautista we're talking about.
So fucking funny.
The fucking animal that he is. It's just like, why are you so funny?
Thanos is like awesome, but he's such an asshole.
Thanos
at the
is a
same
bitch
time.
ass motherfucker. Okay? I'm not having any more
You
of his
bootleg,
shit.
Mr. Clean. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Bald chinian having ass motherfucker. You big grimace ass looking bitch. I'm not fucking with you. I like you better as Cable.
I don't fuck with you.
Fuck off. You big ass purple Mr. Clean.
But you know what? Another part was crazy
He was the
with
best
Doctor
villain.
Strange when he is like, his head is going like, fucking Exorcist type
Oh,
shit.
he's doing the fucking this.
And he's looking into the future and shit.
I seen 16 billion, 5 million, 639,000 different possibilities.
Way to be exact.
And Tony Stark goes, all right, how many of them do we win? And he goes, just one. I was like,
Fuck.
come on, dude. And that's when I knew they weren't going to win.
No way.
I knew
No
they
way.
weren't going
They
to
win
win.
in the end, but you don't win now. That's for
But
sure.
then I remember in the theater going, oh, just like that. I went, oh, when Doctor Strange disappears and goes, Tony,
This was the
it
only
was
way.
the only way.
He would never give up that stone if he knew.
Word. Because
He
I was
would've never
like,
given up that stone.
why the fuck?
But then I had to think. I would be like, this man is too smart to do that.
I was like, because
Yeah.
he'd even say if his life depended on it, he wasn't saving nobody, and he did. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Because he probably figured out that, yeah, I need them to stay.
yeah.
You know
I
what
was
I mean?
like,
yeah.
ooh, bitch, you
But
saw
he knew he
this.
was going, but he still was
Yeah.
like, fuck it. This is the only way to save the Earth. I gotta do it this way. I was like, Doctor Strange, you
Also,
are my fucking hero.
Can we talk about,
What are we talking about?
Red Skull?
What?
Red Skull?
Red Skull.
Volmir?
Oh.
And him being the protector of the fucking Soul Stone all of a sudden?
Oh, yeah. That motherfucker.
I got a theory.
What's your theory?
Volmir is where all the DC villains, DCEU,
Whoa.
sacrilegious. All the MCU villains, that's where they go.
Yo,
Guarantee you someone uses that soul stone, all the villains come back, and they restart.
that kind of hurt me a little bit, that scene with the soul stone. Kind of hurt me a little bit. Because, like, she's so...
tears are not for you.
Yeah, like, I already knew what that meant. And she's, like, looking all confused. He doesn't love anything. Bitch, if only you knew.
He sacrifices his daughter, dude.
Bro, he don't give a
He
fuck.
sacrifices the only thing he loves in his life.
Wow.
For a fucking stone.
To control the universe.
I mean, fair trade. Like, what's that movie
Does he
with
get to
Sin
bring
City?
her back if he controls the universe?
A soul for a soul.
It's
They
like
say
from,
it 3 times.
it's like Sin City. Fair trade.
Word. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
She said Sin City.
Yo, that's my movie.
Valid point.
Listen,
You know how
somebody's
bad,
got to go.
You know how bad I wanted to be Marv in high school? You know how bad I wanted to be Marv in high school?
I'm sure every guy
Pretty sure
did.
if I get older and I just get a little bit taller, that's who I'll be when I'm old. Big ass busted
Listen,
fucking
how old are
nose.
you now?
25.
Okay. It looks like you're not growing anymore.
I don't
So
know,
we
man.
can
I'm
up
pretty
that.
sure I have the haircut of a 5-year-old and I dress like I'm still like 3. So it's all good.
Did your mom dress you?
Nope. I did.
You go, boy.
My girlfriend got me my shorts.
Oh, you go, girl.
Yeah.
What else should we point out?
Oh my god.
Where we at?
We got time.
Sweet.
What
I know you didn't
else?
see the movie, but you can say any random shit.
Yeah,
Like,
man. Throw some
What are
shit
your
in the
theories
mix.
of what you think happened? Besides what
Bearski.
we've seen, yeah.
Your name is so Russian.
So Russian.
Bearski.
True.
Bearski.
Yeah.
Das
I don't know. I'm
vidanya.
kind of sad Spider-Man died. I'm not like super into it.
He's super bummed. Are you really that bummed?
Yeah, I like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man and I like X-Men.
I came home and I cried. I looked at my mom and I
No.
went, "Mom, they killed Peter."
I really did feel bad.
And
when
she
I
gave
seen
me a
that.
hug and was like, "You're too emotionally invested in these movies. You're not allowed to go see them anymore." And she goes, "Caitlin, he's not allowed to go see these movies anymore. They make my baby cry." Just like that.
Wow.
Damn.
I was like, "No, Mom, it's worth it." I was literally like, it's
It's
worth
worth the
it.
pain. It's worth the pain.
It's worth it because they're going to come back and fuck his purple ass into the next century.
He's like off purple. He's not really
he's so-
purple.
he's the
Because purple's like
worst.
Barney. He doesn't
Yeah.
look like, he doesn't have that color. He's
Darker
off
purple or lighter purple?
He's a shade of bitch.
Shade of bitch.
He's the worst.
But he's so awesome at the same time. Like, he's fucking shit up. Like, I'm
Right.
just like, hey.
I always root for the bad guys because they always lose, but apparently they won, so I would have been fucked for this one.
It pissed me
He only
off.
wins for now.
True.
But in the next one, I'm going to say his ass gets kicked. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't know for
obviously.
sure, but I don't know how many movies they're going to take before they're like, let's hold this one out for a while. The Avengers don't need to win. They win in every fucking movie. Let them lose a few times.
Exactly.
Gotta take the L.
But, like, I'm not feeling that because they're
Yeah.
Earth's mightiest fucking heroes, dude. Ding,
Damn.
ding, 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 ding.
That should be the
Ding.
rule. If people call during the podcast, you put them on speaker.
Okay, we're doing that. Hello, you're on the podcast.
What?
You're on the podcast. How are you?
Hey.
Hi, I forgot today was Wednesday.
Hi, it's Wednesday.
Okay, goodbye. I love you.
All right, I love you. Goodbye.
Aww.
Aw.
That was
I'm
so
sorry
cute.
for
Putting
that
them on
wasn't
blast.
funny. I thought it was Chris.
I think it was fucking hysterical. Because I'm going to laugh at it later and be like, oh,
When you hear it all
Caitlin.
together, you're like, oh shit, that's
I'm going to be
hilarious.
like, oh, Caitlin, you're so cute.
She's gonna be like, shit, I sound like shit.
Nah.
That's what she's gonna say.
No, she didn't say enough to sound like shit. Caitlin's got a whole lot of words. I wish she would come on
Does she
the
have an
podcast.
eye?
Yeah, why?
Oh,
hasn't
she
been
has
on?
an eye.
She's got 2 eyes.
She's got 2 eyes, actually. Oh, that was the fucking best.
Yo.
dude.
The call.
He has an eye.
Oh.
Really?
He's got an eye. Actually, he's
I
got
thought everyone
2.
had eyes.
Oh my god.
That's what I said to Dan earlier. when I came in. I said, my old boss was in here. He's got an eye.
Then you have to sing the song. These eyes. Or Private Eyes by Hall & Oates.
Private eyes are watching you. Watching everything you do. Private eyes are watching you. Dave's gonna listen to this and be
Oh,
like,
shit.
Dave's gonna watch this later and be like, yeah, little Hall & Oates, baby, because that's what
My
we
dad
listen to while
loves
we're
Hall
here.
& Oates. Oh my god.
Hall & Oates is my shit, dog. Hall & Oates is my
They
shit.
speak major facts, and you know
Oh,
Cass is
the
all about the facts,
best.
so I gotta listen to him.
It's a bitch, girl.
A lot of bitch girls.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of bitch
So I
girls.
was like, you are on a roll here.
Word.
Man eater. You already know.
That's
Listen.
what I'm saying.
Damn.
But
I
Our
can't go for
supervisor
that.
called me. I should have put him on speakerphone.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been tits.
Should I call him back?
Yeah, because we got
Should I
about.
call
I
him
don't-
back? He said.
We could cut 4 more minutes into this. We got 31.
Yeah.
He probably won't be funny though.
Oh, it's gonna be funny.
Okay.
You know why? Because I don't know what the fuck's
I have
going
2% too, so we'll hang
don't
up
know.
on him in the process. It'll be great.
on. Gnarly. All right,
Call him
everybody.
Tony.
All right, everybody. Shh, shh, shh.
Oh wait, he's not gonna think it's funny.
Your phone call about 8 hours ago. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you? You're on the podcast.
Podcast. Is anyone else fucking listening in?
2 people.
Go ahead. What was the call for?
I don't remember. I was looking for paint, but I think we found it.
Hard in the
Alright,
paint.
listen. I want you to know I think it's fucked up that you guys are doing okay without me.
We're struggling, Tony.
Yeah, right. I'll be back. Maybe Tuesday I'll come back.
Okay, we're waiting for you.
Yeah.
All right, have a good vacation.
With open arms, I bet.
Yep. All right, later.
That was great.
He's the guy that usually runs all the shit, so
Oh, I see. He sounds like
he's
he
worried
runs
about
shit.
us, I think.
He sounds like
I love when he opens it with, I missed your call about 8 hours ago. What's going on?
You
Home,
could have been
Tony.
dead already. 8 hours went by. Oh
The
shit.
whole building burned
Oh,
down.
someone's calling you again. Who can it be?
Who can it
Uh,
be now?
We're not going to play the game again.
Who is it?
It's him.
It's him
It's
again?
him again. I wish somebody
I just
would
sent
call
him the
me.
link
That's
to the
not fair.
podcast of us ignoring his call.
I'm about to text somebody and say, call me.
Yeah, right.
Just throw him on the podcast.
I should have my phone off. That should be the... Teachers do that, though.
Right?
In high school, if your phone rings on loud, they'll pick it up and be like,
Hi.
why does your kid have their phone on in my math class? And they're like,
Because your class fucking sucks. That's why.
You know what? That happened once. You know what my dad said?
What?
Because I paid for this motherfucking cell phone, bitch, to get in contact with him. What the
Right.
fuck do you think this is?
Yeah.
Put my son on the fucking phone.
oh my god.
And she gave me the phone.
I'm sure she did because she's
Wow.
like,
You
oh,
don't wanna fuck
wrong
around.
parent.
Yeah.
Did they do
Yeah.
that? when
Damn, bro.
You got, well, you're like basically my age, right?
Yeah, I'm 25.
Did they take away your phones in school?
Yeah, that didn't
Yeah.
happen.
They were just starting to do that when I was
They
in
did
high
that
school.
with our grade. Ain't nobody getting my phone.
Nope.
Right.
Nobody has taken my phone.
You got to carry a burner phone. Give them that.
Trap phone.
No, for real.
Trap phone and then your
That's what I
actual
would
phone that
do.
your parents paid for.
Damn,
They
Bearski.
took it away.
In the
But no,
cut.
they're like, oh, give me your phone. You're like, all right.
I got another one, motherfucker. Stab in the
You
back
just
of
have
my
a
head.
bag full of phones. You just keep doing it.
It's just like Nextel fucking flip phones. So you have the back. Oh shit. That's alright.
Or people would fuck with you and they'd like put your phone on the desk when you weren't looking so you could take
Fucking
it away.
assholes. Not
Or,
with me, bitch. I know how to maneuver this phone.
See, I had like three friends in high school, and we're sitting here with one of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like, if anybody touched my shit, they were getting hurt.
Oh no, they don't want to fuck with me.
I was the kid that nobody really wanted to talk to because I wore bomber jackets all the time, and I had really long hair, and wore the
They were
same
like,
clothes
Should we
every
fuck with
day.
this guy? Probably not.
Like, I was the kid that everybody was pretty sure was gonna shoot up at the school.
Oh, see, I think
I
I
know a
was
few
that
other
kid
people
too.
that-
Oh, I know like
Yeah.
12 people who could have done it.
Yeah.
But like, the thing is that like, I was friends with all of them.
Right. I was friends with everybody. Yeah, sort of.
So, hey
Sorta,
man,
kinda.
shoot me a text. Like,
Let me know what's up next week.
Yeah.
If you plan anything.
Yeah, we're all right.
Shit.
We're about there.
Oh, time is up.
It's been real.
It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen.
It's been real, guys. Appreciate it.
It's been the 28th episode. Oh, anytime. It's good having you. It's good fucking times.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you.
Oh, it was nice to meet you too.
I remember listening to the other episode you were on. I was like, oh.
Oh, we gotta have.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have you on more often because this is fun.
Yes, please.
Yes.
I've been on so far. This is my third time,
Oh,
third
hell yeah.
episode that I've been on. So I gotta come back.
Yeah, I'm fucking down with
But
this.
me and Brandon have to come together
I have to meet
Yeah.
Brandon. Brandon,
so we
if you're
can
listening.
reminisce.
Brandon, if you're listening,
Get your shit together and
we
get over
need
here.
you.
We need you now.
Stop giving everybody the gym at the fucking stank eye at the gym because I know you are because you can't stand people's ignorant asses. Dude, he's so funny.
Yeah, he is funny.
He's so funny. Like, this is what we're going to end the podcast with. He made a status yesterday about some guy being like, are y'all open? And he's like, the first thing in my mind was kill yourself. He's like, and then the next thing I was like, no, sir, we are not open today. Even though they are.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking gold. I love him. Oh, he's so
I would
amazing.
totally tell somebody, no, we're not open. But I see 10 other people in there.
I like how
They're leaving soon. It's okay.
I
We're
like
close.
how he exactly wrote it as it was said. Is y'all open?
Yeah,
Kill yourself.
because that's probably exactly how he said it too.
No, sir. Like, he said it in his head. But like,
God,
that's why I
guy.
was like, oh, that's fucking.
Do you see this big sign that says we are open? Well,
no, they called.
oh, they called.
And
I
he's
thought
like,
they were at the door or something.
check this out. He called. Is y'all open? He answered the phone. So immediately his inward response is kill yourself.
Well, I'm answering the phone. So what the fuck?
It's also, by the way, guys, we're not saying anybody should kill themselves. It's just
No,
my friend
please.
Brandon's really ridiculously fucking hysterical. And he thinks how I think. And I would never wish death on anybody. But sometimes you just gotta let a motherfucker know.
Like, don't ask me a stupid ass question.
Yeah,
I'm answering
if I answer the phone, obviously somebody is fucking here, and obviously we are fucking hoping. Turn around, good
But then
gunk,
what-
change it. You're making me upset.
I've
Word to
done that.
Crystalia.
about to
I've
use the
called
time stone on
places
these
and been like,
motherfuckers.
Are you open? But as I say it, I'm like, fuck, duh.
Dumbass.
But am I supposed to hang up on them? You know?
Such-
Yes.
You call-
I would want someone to hang up
Hello,
on me.
goodbye.
Oh, it's such redundation in the nation.
Word.
All right, guys, it's
All
been
right.
the podcast.
Later.
Chilling out. Catch you
Peace.
later.
Peace.